Okay, on to round 3. Yes, round 3. I remembered the round number this time. So, first I need to correct something that I did wrong at the end of round 2. These two. I skipped the animal breeding phase. These should be pregnant. So during the animal breeding phase, if you have non-pregnant animals, so if you don't have a pregnant animal, your top animal of each type becomes pregnant. Right. And then if you do have pregnant animals, they flip back to not pregnant and you get a new animal. That being said, now we get to work on the actual steps. So first off, a new Viking, 2 new Vikings. Harvest. There is no harvest this phase, which makes me very happy I kept this flax and these milk. Next up, turn exploration boards and place silver. We actually do that this round. So first we flip Shetland, which becomes Bear Island. We're not exactly sure where Bear Island is, although the game proposes one possibility. We just know there was an island called Bear Island, or I think in Norse it was something like Bjarne. And that is where we got it from. So we put these... We're not sure where exactly Bear Island is. So now we put these 3, because they didn't get flipped, and something did, we put 2 silver on each of them. That 2 silver will stay there until they get... each of them gets flipped, which means Greenland will eventually have 6 silver on it. As will Bear Island, actually, so that's going to accumulate silver as well. So, after that, we draw our next weapon card, which is... it's a spear. Probably going to want to go whaling at some point now that we've got 3 spears. And whaling is pretty rewarding. So the next thing I want to do is, since I have the tutor, I'm going to want to take a couple of 3 Viking actions. Also, I've got 8 Vikings, so I might as well. So the first thing I'm going to do with my 3 Vikings is I'm going to forge something. This little fella here. So that's this action. So I draw my occupation, which is the custodian. So I'm probably going to be building houses in the future. I haven't really built houses before, so we'll look into that a bit later. What this does is it gives you 2 silver when you play it for every one of these that you have. Next thing I want to do is to actually do the forging. So that will cost a single ore. And I can take any of these items here. No, I don't want this. I don't want to take any of the more valuable items because I want to get that mead. Free mead every turn seems useful. But to do that I have to surround it without covering it, which is why I need awkward shapes. This is a pretty good awkward shape to use. Now I can't actually put it down here yet because I'd be covering that up. So I'm going to need something to fill in here, probably a runestone. We'll get to that. So, the next thing we're going to do is grab some resources. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to pick up 3 from here and 2 from here. So I'm going to grab 2 stone and 2 silver from here. I'm going to grab 2 wood from here. So that's that mountain strip emptied. The next action I'm going to do is I'm going to make a runestone to fit in this little gap here. So for that, I'm going to take this action here. So I pay 1 stone. That gets me one of these runestones. Smallest blue good in the game. And 1 silver. Hey, it's the Easter egg silver. I think that's the Feuerlandspiele logo. And please forgive my terrible German. For someone who plays a lot of board games, I actually have quite bad German. And next thing to do, I guess, is to Well, I said I wanted to go whaling, actually, so let's make a whaling boat. So this little action here. Oh! I forgot to draw my card for this, so let's just do that quickly. The ship's cook. Well, I did say I wanted to go whaling, and this would allow me to upgrade whale meat into that. So yes, I'm definitely going to stick with that idea. I am kind of going on a strategy of maximizing the bonuses from here. So let's see if that pays off. But before we do that, we have to build our whaling boat. So we pay a wood. We get one of these. You can see it's got a single ore already printed on it. For each ore on a boat, it either adds to or subtracts from the roll, depending on whether you want a high roll or a low roll. It modifies the number in the direction you want it to be modified in. And that's the action phase for this round. So, before we do anything else, I'm going to make use of my new items. I'm going to lay them like this. So now, my income has increased, and I'm getting a bonus. You don't have to cover bonus spaces to count for income. Basically, bonus spaces count as already being covered. Except for the part where you can physically cover them up. Which you might have to, because otherwise you're making some really awkward shapes, which is why these things are so useful. So, first off, we do our start player. I am still the only player, so I still keep the moose. Then income. My income is 3 this round, which is nice. So that's handy. Then animal breeding. This is useful. So both my animals are pregnant. So they both give birth to new animals at the end of the round. So I grab these. You'll notice that there's no orange goods for the animals, but there you go. And then we are going to have our feast. I want to keep these animals because they're worth points, so I'm not going to feed them to my Vikings. I am going to use this. Thankfully, well, I actually put this milk sideways, but it's square, so it doesn't matter. Flax. And let's pay them with the Easter egg silver. So that's covered. I don't take any penalties. And there'll be a harvest next round, so we'll see what I can manage for the coming round. So then we get our bonus, which this round is a horn of mead. Next up, the mountain strips. So these each lose 1 resource. That 2 ore is going to be handy. And now this one has 2 of each except for silver. Sorry about the finger there. That got a bit too close to the camera. So 2 wood, 2 stone, 2 ore, and 1, 2 silver. There we go. And finally, we remove our placed Vikings from the action board. Or I remove my placed Vikings from the action board. So the yellow lads come back. No, you don't come back. You're blue. Blue team comes back in round 5. Next up, round 4. AKA, when are we going to stop needing to have negative points? See you then.